Hi there, doll collecting friends. So, how do you guys like my haircut? I'm loving it because I can finally now cool off this summer. It's been brutal. Oh my god. Quick little shower. I just in, out, boom. I went from using literally, I had a half cup measuring cup sitting in the bathroom, and that is what I would have to fill to use for both shampoo and conditioner to wash my hair because not only did I have so much hair, but it was just so voluminous. I mean, I really had to just really dig it in there and mush it around, and I had to use so much. So I have gone from using a half cup measuring cup to literally like a dime size dollop. That's all I need, a little squirt and done. And I'm like, man, the joys of short hair. And honestly, I mean, it just feels so good. So I'm like, yeah, I still get some, looks from some people who don't think that women should have short hair, but whatever. So I have been working on a project, and I am 3/4 of the way done. A friend of mine asked me to make some DC Bombshell characters, and she'll need them by the end of September. And I've been taking pictures and sending them to her to show her the progress I've made, but I haven't been posting anything online because she actually wanted me to keep it on the down low, very secret. So that kind of blew my whole plan of documenting them out of the water because I really wanted to be able to share them. So I am making this video, but you know, she anyway, it's not like I'm giving it away. Um the people that she works with that are the ones that are going to probably seeing these, they're not on my YouTube account. They're not going to know. She works at the Haunted Castle of Muskogee and is going to be in a pub, and the pub is themed like the DC superhero girls and everything. So they're going to be decorations inside, kind of like how my dolls are on the shelf back here. I'm not exactly sure exactly the display way that she's going to have them, but I was using the Disney Hasbro dolls because I actually had two, Anna and Elsa, and I was actually posting pictures for me to try to sell these dolls, and she was like, could you make them look like something for me? And it kind of went on from there, and she asked me to make two more characters, so she paid me up front, went shopping, picked up the materials I needed. I did show those off in a earlier video with getting these beautiful pastels, picking up the air dry clay, which I'm saving this for last because I don't want to screw anything up beforehand. And also picking up the Snow White and Princess Aurora dolls that I would need for making the other two characters. So the four characters um, is Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn, Batwoman, and Stargirl. So, three of them are ready, pretty much. Just the clay additions are needed, but I kind of do want to share just a little bit of what I've done. So, we're gonna go ahead. Here is the Anna doll, and this is gonna be Batwoman. And Batwoman is not Batgirl. So, she has this kind of like smudge of black paint across her face, so that's what I use the chalk pastel for. This is a Barbie hat that I repainted. This was actually a Sailor Scout uniform. I painted it black and then glued on ribbon and felt, made a belt buckle, made little belt straps. Painted on her socks. She will have molded on a glove detail and cleats. She'll also be holding a baseball bat, which has actually been cut down and filed from a big chopstick. And it actually does say Batwoman and has a little bat emblem. So she was the first one that I was like, yeah, I could totally do that. And I'm also thinking I might glue it into her hand to make her hold it. Since these dolls are going to be on display, not to be played with. Alright, then we have over here Stargirl. She's mostly complete. Her boots will also be molded onto her because they have a very special design. And she also has that Wicked staff, which I'm going to be using more chopsticks and modeling clay for. So, Aurora had the best face and also the length of hair needed to make Stargirl. I did paint her eyes blue and give her some pierced ears. The star tattoo that she has. This was a Barbie swimsuit romper thing. It was purple. So I painted it blue, painted on the stars and the trim, took some red felt, did for the belt and the neck, took some doll sunglasses, painted the lens red and the goggles blue, and she'll also have some big bell-shaped sleeves, cuffs for her gloves. And then the one that has turned out best so far is Harley Quinn. And she's got this whole crazy bomber chick thing going on. So I already had this old jacket. Found some cotton fluff from a pill bottle to give it the fur lining. And I already had these doll shorts. So I made her a belt, made little, belt pouches, and gave her a belt buckle. Made her a choker and the bikini, and this is the 4 diamonds that correspond with the 4 diamonds here. And in pictures that I've googled online, she actually does have a little Joker card tucked into her stockings. So these were just the Princess Aurora shoes. I'm thinking of actually just like putting the clay directly on the shoe to make sure I get that structure right for the boot. For her hair was much longer, so I put it in pigtails to begin with. Then second pigtails here, cut it, then I took the chalk pastel, and with my trusty X-Acto knife, I did a little scraping at first because those were unused chalks, so they just kind of needed a little bit of agitation for the pigment to get out, and then I just kind of smudged it in with my fingers. I also did some paint for her face with the chalks. Did the kind of a domino eye thing to go with her whole opposites attract look on her stockings and bikini top. And then she wears goggles. So these are another pair of doll glasses that I have that I'm just leaving as is. And she's the most complete, and I really like how she turned out. Also, these dolls, I put a pin in their ear with a little earring. Stargirl had stars, and she's got little studs. Wonder Woman, I did not have a starter outfit. All the rest, obviously, I'm working with previous made clothing. So far, I don't have anything made for her. But I do have her bandana. I will be attaching a little red star right here. And she has some red studs, and I've painted her eyes blue and added a little bit at the end of her eyebrows to kind of give her that furrowed brow. And in a lot of the pictures of her, she's seen holding some broken chains. So after I make her outfit or find one that I can just, embellish, the air dry clay will go on her wrists to make her cuffs. And then I was going to find an old chain link necklace and kind of glue them to her hands, and so that way she's actually holding them. So that's what I'm working on, and I've had to take some time off because I had my surgery and I had to recover from that. And then we've had an excessive heat wave, and when you are using products like sealant and paint, the heat just makes the fumes even worse. So I had to really just stop for the sake of not landing myself in the hospital due to, like huffing fumes of sorts. So I actually had these little sketches here on this notepad paper, so I knew kind of like what to look for. See, when I said her sleeves are bell shaped, and her boots have no heel, so it'll be great because she doesn't need to wear shoes. And for Batgirl, hers was pretty easy. And then Harley Quinn's was like, oh my god, how am I going to do this? And I'm still looking for like a toy gun, something that's like a keychain or charm shape size that I can put in her hand. And the Wonder Woman, she's got this whole, regular v-neck t-shirt, high-waisted shorts, and a belt with a little lasso. And the lasso is actually going to be Cleo's headband from one of the early editions of her. And so, hers is pretty simple. And I, like, because she's got like a nice heel, I'm going to work with the shoe that the Snow White came with, and then just add the clay onto her leg and just mold it in with this. That way I make sure I get the heel right and it supports her, because the last thing I want is someone who's already paid for a product and I make it and then she can't even like stand upright. So that's what I've been doing, and it's been a learning process for me because this is actually technically my very first custom. Those dolls, first commission. Those dolls up there, I customized for myself, my own pleasure. And starting with that Kira doll, all I did was just wrap her body in electrical tape and attach two little, bat wings from a Morrigan figure from Camcom. It was terrible. and then that one right there is wrapped with electrical or duct tape and has like little doodads glued onto her, and like I cut off her hand and glued on a claw and whatnot. I was making a Frankenstein. And so it's like you go from that bad to actually progressing more, and like, with this one, that was a dress that I embellished more, glued angel wings to her back, but still I made her more elegant. And there were a few others that I've done stuff to, and it's been a long time since I've actually been able just to really sit down and really get into it. And so I'm feeling really good. I'm really feeling creative and alive, and it's been such a long time because of the nasal polyps. It was just kind of sucking my energy, my creativity, my will. There were just days where I was just like, oh god, another day I have to suffer through this. And it wasn't just not being able to breathe through your nose and not being able to smell. Those seemed arbitrary in comparison, that there was just so much pressure in my head, in my sinuses. I was taking so much Excedrin and nasal decongestants, and I was trying the neti pot and other aromatherapy things, and I was just in a haze, and it was awful. It really was. And I didn't feel like me. And so now I'm beginning to feel like me again, and it's great. So that's kind of a little bit of a health update, as well as my dolls and such. And also great news is that my husband is now working again, and we just have to get used to the whole new pay period way that he's going to get paid. But other than that, we're going to be doing a little catch up on the bills and things, and we're going to get back on our feet, and it's going to be good. So yay. Alright, well, I've wasted enough of your time. Stay tuned for more. Love you, bye.